right, now let's just model a situation. And one of the key ideas here is drawing graphs that represent your distance compared to time, because in the future we will compare graphs from distance to time, to velocity compared to time, and then to acceleration compared to time. These are all calculus concepts, so this is just kind of laying the groundwork for that. So, we're driving from Minneapolis to Des Moines, a distance of 246 miles. Around 113 miles from Des Moines, we pass through Clear Lake, Iowa. Let's sketch a graph of our distance from Clear Lake as a function of time. So, one thing that might help is to figure out where you're going and what you're doing, and then we'll graph it. So, let me maybe throw this up a little bit. Okay. So I'm just going to sketch this down here a little bit. So we're going from Minneapolis we go through Clear Lake, and then we go to Des Moines. This total distance is 246 miles. Let's see. 113 miles away from Des Moines. So this distance is just 113, which makes this distance 133 miles. We're going to graph our distance away from Clear Lake. And that's the key. So this means Clear Lake is think of it like our home base. How far away are we from our home base? Which is the x-axis. So let's throw a coordinate grid up here. Pretend these lines are straight. Okay, so Clear Lake is going to be the x-axis. So this is going to be our time on this axis. This is going to be our distance in miles up here. And I'm going to tell you that it takes about 3.5 hours to get all the way from Minneapolis to Des Moines. So let's call this 3.5 all the way at the end. And 1, 2, 3, 3.5 kind of. 1, 2, 3. So this is time in hours. Alrighty. And now keep in mind that our distance of 0 will be Clear Lake. So this is home base. This is our distance of 0. So that means maximum we're 133 miles from Clear Lake. So that means our maximum can be, I'm going to set it at 150 and just go by 50s. So 50, 100, 150-ish. This is why it's a sketch. 50, 100, 150. Okay. And we'll probably get there, let's see, 133 is a little bit larger, so it'll be a little bit longer than half. So let's say we get to Clear Lake around 2 hours. So this will be Clear Lake. This is Clear Lake. So when we start at Minneapolis, we are 133 miles away from Clear Lake, which is probably around here. And for the sake of sketching, and they didn't give us any indication of how fast we're going, we're just going to assume that we go constant speed down to Clear Lake. And then Des Moines, we're 113 miles away from Clear Lake. So let's 113 is probably somewhere around here. Right here. And this will be our graph. So this point right here will be Des Moines, right? We're going to Des Moines, yep. And this point right here is in Minneapolis. And that is a sketch of our distance away from Clear Lake as a function of time, with a lot of estimating. Yes, so that's it for that one. We're going to do lots of practice in this class with sketching curves of distance, curves of velocity, and curves of acceleration as this class goes on. So again, this is just laying the groundwork. And as always, just email me if you have any questions.